Hunting season for us is a marathon of memories and emotion. 90 days to capture enough footage to survive another year doing what we love. The days of hardship outnumber the good 9-1, and that's on a lucky year.
Look at this brown tiny!
This episode is a compilation of some of the greatest moments we will ever live, accompanied with those moments that weren't so great. All of these moments together make up a lifestyle that we wouldn't trade for anything.
Unbelievable. I have waited my entire life to live that moment.
I truly am living the lifestyle I've always dreamed of. And not just a lifestyle, I'm sharing it with a gorgeous girl, and we share the same passions. A level of love you can't explain until you're a daddy. It's all of these things tied into a world that I live for, that we live for. A world filled with magnificent creatures and adventure. A world I just can't live without.
He is unbelievable. Are you kidding me? Kawaii. How exciting was that? How exciting was that?
Look at this brown tiny! Oh, he's so wicked.
Neighbor. He just stood up and looked the other way. The moment we've been waiting for so long. Better do it.
Stealth Cam proudly presents Live to Hunt with Cody and Kelsey.
Just getting everything all sorted out. First hunt of the year, first day of the first hunt. Anticipation, sleeping in that tent tonight, thinking about what we may see tomorrow. It's a great thing I love about hunting. It's what makes it so special.
One of my lifelong dreams is to shoot a big elk with my bow. It sounds crazy to hear that I make my living hunting and still haven't accomplished this goal. And maybe that's why I feel like this mission feels so out of reach at times, because one would think it should have already happened. With all of that said, I feel like a greenhorn in elk country.
Is my face darker or not? Oh, it's dirty. Dirty, but not dark.
Despite having elks screaming all around us the whole trip, we could barely even get footage of elk's feet in the timber, let alone get a shot with my bow. We hunted right down to the very last day, before it looked like I was going to get my chance.
We gotta get over there. He's coming down. He's coming down.
At 48 yards, I watched my black eagle drift just over this bull's back. Only a bow hunter knows truly how this feels seconds after a failed shot. It's a dark place, and definitely not the way I envisioned our season starting. Next on the list, a chance at yet another goal I have never accomplished: a grizzly bear.
A mile away, we just spotted a grizzly bear in a little meadow. I don't know how much time we have, but we gotta go. I'm so excited. We get down to where the bear was, and he's gone. And up on the ridge, we last dropped down out of sight for the last time at 600 yards. He was still right here by this Christmas tree. Wind stayed good. We poked out of the bush at 110 yards. It was like money train. Everything was money train except for the fact that the bear's not here anymore.
Early on, we got off to a rough start. I hunted grizzly bears 6 times leading up to that opportunity, making it feel much like the elk situation. But the one good thing about bad luck is, it can only turn one way.
There is nothing like an Alaskan Yukon moose coming to your call. There's nothing like it. We have had a fantastic trip, and I'm forever grateful to have this opportunity. And I just want to thank both you gentlemen from the bottom of my heart.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Don.
Our pleasure, Cody.
Thank you, Dave.
It's crazy how momentum works. In business, in sports, and even hunting. Later in the same day I shot the moose, I finally fulfilled a lifelong dream.
Where is he?
He's down.
Where is he?
Cody. Cody.
Talk to me.
He's right there. He's down.
He's down, buddy.
No, he's not down.
He's down.
I have waited my entire life to live that moment.
2 nice animals in one day, Cody.
Nice animals, Dave. Animals you wait your entire life for. Animals that you might get one chance in your life at.
It's fascinating how hunting can blindside you with luck, the bad, and just as quickly, the good. This grizzly bear was a magnificent creature I had been dreaming about crossing paths with since I was a little boy, and he had probably been around for just as long as those dreams. His teeth were wore down to nothing. Admiring the scars on his face, I couldn't help but wonder what this bear had been through, living over 20 years in the Yukon territory.
Live to Hunt with Cody and Kelsey is brought to you by StealthCam, Proven, Conquest Sense, the makers of Evercom, Vortex Optics, the force of optics, 10-Point Crossbow Technologies, there is no substitute, Black Eagle Arrows, superior carbon technology, Rage and Squincher.
After a month being away, we returned home to hunt mule deer in our home province of Saskatchewan. This specific hunting season truly is where my roots and my passion were planted, back in the days when I was roughly the same age as our next hunter, Jaron Arguin.
Jaron's 13 years old, he's never shot a mule deer. And that buck is larger than life.
Jaron and I are exactly 60 yards away from a 200-inch muley buck.
Jaron. You heard your safety. Unbelievable.
This was October muzzleloader season, and Jaron could have been using one and able to shoot as far as 200 yards, but I convinced him to use a crossbow, so I felt very responsible for breaking this kid's heart when this big old buck ran away. But just as I said before, hunting can blindside you with good luck, even when it feels like the world is ending. Just 2 hours later, we were sneaking up on the same buck for a second chance.
We are 24 yards from this buck. Jaron is set up perfectly. We've already spooked him once, and he's going to have to shoot him as soon as he stands up in that window. Oh man, is he big. drilled him. You just drilled that buck. You drilled him, bud. Oh, just watch this. Watch this.
Oh.
Watch this.
Oh my.
Jared!
Oh my.
Jared! Give me the money train! Buddy!
Unbelievable.
It's all over. You're never gonna get one bigger. And you just shot him with a 10-point crossbow at 24 yards. You don't even have chest hair yet. And you just shot a 200-incher. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, Jared! Are you kidding me, kid? I'm forever grateful for the opportunity to be here with you two. Thank you so much. Thanks, man.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Cody.
Oh, Brian, thanks.
After Jaren's muley, Kelsey and I jumped on a plane to South Texas and the Charco Murano Ranch to hunt giant free-range whitetails. And as you'll quickly see, we still had momentum on our side.
You did it, girl. You just shot a great big whitetail buck with your Bowtech.
We sat here for a minute.
We didn't have the tripod set up, I didn't have the camera set up, and I heard Kelsey go, oh my God. And I turned and looked out the window, and there's this great big 5x5 with a kicker on his G2 standing there at like 8 yards. Good work, girl.
Thank you.
Good work.
I can't believe it.
Thank you to Travis and the Hunter family for having us, and it's just like I said, it's a magical experience to be down here with these people and experience this kind of quality of hunting. It's like nothing else, so thank you very much.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have this opportunity.
We weren't the only ones riding a streak of luck with the Hunter family. Our dear friends Brian and Emma Stevens were blessed with success too. Emma tagged out on a great buck with her 10-point crossbow.
You. Oh, proud of you.
Oh, give me a hug.
That's special stuff.
A few days later, Brian got his chance at a buck he'd been trying for 2 years. A big old buck the Hunter family called Rangy.
Good for you. Good for you. Give me a hug. Good work, brother.
With everyone tagged out, we headed to the blind for one more sit to work on the management program with our guide, Trisha.
Trisha,
Yes,
what's the plan?
to sweat.
We're gonna succeed.
Yes, hopefully when the sun goes down, some deer will come out. Try to take some management buck or a big ol' hog.
What are you doing?
Get it out of here.
Get what out of here?
That gecko, whatever, lizard, whatever. I don't care what it is, just get it out.
Get away.
It's still under.
We got a little tiny lizard in the blind.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Hey, that's not very nice.
What is wrong with you? It's prime time.
What's wrong with me? You were dancing on your bucket like a circus bear.
Why would you do that? I'm already so hot.
You are hot. We have a 3-inch lizard just flying.
Probably poisonous.
You told us it wasn't poisonous before. You can't make that.
I didn't tell you it was not poisonous. Everything out here is poisonous.
Okay, well then no, I'm scared too.
Is it really
It
poisonous?
was a freaking 10-incher.
Honest to God, get it.
Oh, look at his balls. You just tweaked him. Quick. Trisha tried chasing away last time and she literally tickled his equipment pile.
Sorry. We're gonna be lucky if all comes out.
be the worst clients you've ever had.
No, but it's getting close.
Live to Hunt with Cody and Kelsey is brought to you by Stealth Cam, Proven, Limb Saver, products that work. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Diamond Archery, cutting edge innovations. Walker's Game Ear, protect it or lose it. Cooper Firearms of Montana and Heater Bodysuit.
It was now late October, just beyond the midway point of our season, and we were putting in time in muley country.
Jay and I wanted to sort out what we had for deer in this little bowl, so we snuck up, and that group of deer had a buck, but it would kind of be more like the genetics of Jay than it would be of me, I would say. Just a kind of an overgrown forkhorn. Oh, Gus. And you said I wasn't a ladies' man.
You're a ladies' man.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Yes, I am. I called in 4 ladies at once, maybe 5. I couldn't even keep my eyes on all.
Shit.
What? He's a bad person.
In muley country, my hunting partners change from day to day. Thankfully, one of them smells way better than the rest.
I just spotted. What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
The biggest typical muley I've ever had in my scope, and that is no exaggeration. It's a chuckle. Get on him.
I don't even have one racked.
Get one in, and you. What are you thinking?
I can't even hold steady, Cody. I'm not gonna shoot him.
Why?
He didn't look that great to me.
Oh my! What are you smoking? I'm not
To be
kidding.
completely honest, I couldn't even hold my gun steady. I'm shaking so bad. I'm so out of shape and so exhausted. That deer didn't even look tall to me.
Oh my god, we can't even show this on TV. People are gonna think you've lost your marbles. I don't know what to say to anybody.
I honestly couldn't even find him in the scope half the time. I was shaking so bad from that walk.
What walk?
Obviously, in a marriage, you're not always going to see eye to eye. But thankfully, on the next day, when we bumped into another buck, we were both on the same page.
We just spotted a buck that I have a huge history with. I picked the sheds up last year on the show. He's got a huge typical frame, massive heavy, and he just walked over the hill up here. You drilled him. You drilled him. Come on, let's go. Come on. He just went down. He just went down. Kelsey, he just went down.
Look at his brow tine!
Oh, is he pretty? Almost as pretty as you. Kelsey. Oh, I'm so in love.
Oh my gosh.
What a beauty.
I knew he was big and I knew he was nice, but I didn't know he was...
He's so beautiful. We truly do live the greatest life on earth.
Oh, I can't even begin to describe it.
He
How
is
lucky we
beautiful.
are.
Leading into our final leg of the season, it was time to hunt whitetails. More specifically, a buck we had on stealth cam we called the Ghost that I'd been hunting for 2 years. In that time, we'd never seen him once in the flesh, hence the name. Coming down the stretch, I fell into a routine. Walk in, top up my Conquest scent stick, climb in my heater bodysuit, and sit motionless for 8 hours a day. Some days uneventful, and others flooded out with rutting buck action. Every head turn, Every snapped twig and every glimpse of movement, I anticipated that it was the ghost. After so many days and encounters, it's almost as if you become numb to your purpose of being there. On November 26th at 1 p.m., 2 bucks walked in from my right. The first one was a regular, the second one wasn't.
Sticker points off his G2s. He's got a drop tine on his right. He's got a frame larger than Canada. I can't believe he just walked in. I have a giant buck laying here before me. I'm so lucky. He is stunning. Absolutely stunning.
This was the final chapter to a season I will never, ever forget.
To follow the Live to Hunt team, join us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. To order Live to Hunt DVDs and apparel, go to livetohunt.com.